Look who we got.
Yeah.
Look who we got.
Is it me?
It's supposed to. It's me.
It's me.
I don't know who gets more excited when Sean comes on here, me or you guys, because I don't know. People tend to be really in love with Sean. Like, it's been on every platform I've ever brought him on. On Instagram, he brings all the views. On YouTube, he brings all the views.
I don't understand why.
It's a love affair. But anyway, I am going to do my makeup, and I figured Sean is going to do us a little bit of a chatty chat today, because I think he's more interesting than I am, I think.
Am I?
I feel.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, I feel.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you're cooler than me, but there's a couple things that Sean's into that interest me, actually.
Is taxidermy?
Okay, so listen. So on our first date, I think I've talked about this before, but one of the first things that Sean asked me on our first date was, what the fuck did you say? He goes, humans are monkeys. And I'm like, yeah, humans are a lot like monkeys. And he's like, no, humans are literally monkeys. And I was like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like, this is like a walking red flag. Like, he's fucking crazy. And now we go on TikTok and we watch, this must be your, like, chat, but, like, and then we talk about how, like, humans are monkeys. And I'm like, I don't know how many times I've said it, but I don't think I get it. But I'm not going to say that, because they're mean. Mean Stinky Boys Club. Mean. But anyway, so it's shit like that is what Sean's interested in, and it's very different from the stuff I talk about day to day, so I figured it'd be fun to bring him along. That's right.
Yeah, why not?
So, mwah.
Yeah. So I guess I could just go through the... Yes, it's disgusting.
It's always doing it, you got every freaking day. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. My hair is in its fading era. You see the purple to the... I'm living for it. I'm done.
Yeah. You're okay. I can go through the reasoning so it's called cladistics. When you're organizing organisms based off of common ancestry, you'll have every taxonomic ranking is called a clade. So clades are by definition monophyletic, meaning that it's an organism and all descendants without any exceptions. So if you look at evolutionary history, you'll be able to make conclusions like birds are dinosaurs, or that snakes are lizards, or that humans are monkeys. And the way that we know that is not just by looking at the fossil record and genetics, but you can just see from how the experts have classified humans and know that we are nested within the monkey clade. Any idea what look you're going to do today?
No, because I always want to reach for the same stuff. And what do you think? Do you have like colors in mind or any shimmers in mind? We're hosting D&D today, like almost immediately after this, so kind of want to look, kind of cute.
Yeah. You should use this green and the black. Because I feel like those are the two shades that you're never going to pull for.
I've pulled for those, like, only so far.
Black and green?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this pink. But I'll do it again. I mean, I liked it.
No, that's fine.
Well, no, like, seriously.
Okay, it's up
do
to
it
you.
again. Yeah, I'll do it again. It goes with the shirt. Why not?
Yeah, especially if you go with that, the dark purpley pink.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So I was thinking of the pink, the black, and then the green shimmer.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
You pretty?
Yeah.
You like me?
I do.
Oh, he thinks I'm pretty. You guys heard it first.
So Humans are catarrhine simiiforms. So that means that within the order of primates, there are several different infraorders of primates. So simiiform is one of those infraorders, and that's the infraorder that we're in. There's a suborder, and that distinguishes the wet-nosed primates like lemurs and lorises from the dry-nosed primates like tarsiers and monkeys. So amongst the monkeys, there are two separate, distinct, universally accepted groups of monkeys. There's the New World monkeys, and these are the monkeys of the Americas that can most easily be distinguished by the direction their nostrils flare. New World monkeys, their nostrils flare to the sides. And then there's Old World monkeys, and these are the monkeys of the Old World, meaning Africa and Asia. And you can tell that they're Old World monkeys also by the direction of their nostrils, in that their nostrils point downward. There's a few other distinguishing characteristics of them, but those are the easiest ones to see. So within the Old World monkeys, there are two major groups. There are circipiths, which is what you would think of as a...
You look like you're reading. He's literally just tapping on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
And he's watching himself do it. But when I'm looking in the viewfinder, it looks like you're, reading from an essay.
Oh, okay.
No, this is, straight from up here. Just clearing that part up. Sean's going to teach us science, but really he's just going to read a fucking journal.
Okay. So yeah, there's circipiths. Those are Old World monkeys like baboons and macaques. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other ones that I'm just not thinking of right now. And then on the other side of that division, between the Old World monkeys is apes. And so most people will recognize that humans are apes, and we are not, we never stopped being an ape when we became human. Because that's one of the mistakes that a lot of people make when they're doing taxonomy, is they think that you can outgrow your ancestry. So, when you evolve to be one thing, you stop being the thing that you evolved from. But that's just not how that works. Because there's never a first member of... So,
See, that part I don't really understand. How do you go from being, not... how do you have, a first human?
There wasn't one.
So when does it stop being, just monkey and turn into human? How do you know that's the moment it happened?
Okay, so there isn't a moment that it happens. It didn't happen on a Wednesday. So... when you're looking at these successive generations of organisms, between each generation is minute incremental change, with no particular direction. So descendants are members of the same species as their parents, and parents are members of the same species of their parents. And this goes back everywhere. It's at every level. So... what you can do, though, is you can look at snapshots in that sequence and see distinguishing traits becoming prominent in the population over time, until the point where the ancestral group is uniquely distinguishable from the descendant group. So this is why there's no first member of a species, because monkeys give birth to monkeys, and there's no point in which that stops. The only thing that happens is that you get bigger, more barrel-chested, brainier monkeys, and you can point to, hey, these are the monkeys that are big and have barrel chests and have big brains and lost their tails. Lost their external tails. We still have tails. It's called a coccyx, or the tailbone. But we're still monkeys. We're just funky monkeys.
So when our daughter was a newborn, Sean was like, he just touched her feet, and her feet like curled up, and he was just like, see, she's a monkey. And I was like, that is dumb. But like it really was like, so.
Yeah, so like,
that was before he was like talking to all these monkey people on TikTok.
Yeah, obviously I already knew that humans were monkeys, but
like this was before the obsession.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is when babies are born, they still have a reflex that derives from our ancestors, where our ancestors would have had thicker fur. And so in order to hang on to mom, babies are born with a reflex to hold things. And they're actually pretty strong because like they can support their weight like with their grip. But we don't have any hair. Well, we don't have hair thick enough to hold on to. And so all it is they'll hang onto your fingers and
so
stuff.
You know
like
how
that.
you can throw babies into like the water and they'll like, is that a monkey thing or is that something else?
Yeah.
It's a monkey thing?
Yeah, that's a monkey
thing.
thing.
Swim water?
Not very often.
But so how do they like instinctively know how to swim? Isn't that like shouldn't that have gone away because of natural selection?
No, because the selective pressure for that instinct is to avoid drowning, not to swim. But
monkeys don't live by deep water. It's always like small little drinking like ponds.
No, they cross rivers and stuff. Huh. Like monkeys have to go to rivers and stuff too. I mean, just look at the speciation of chimps and bonobos. The Congo River separated the two populations, and that's how we got bonobos.
So what are some of the most common objections so Sean is a moderator. I feel like this needs to be like explicitly stated. Sean's a moderator on a homeboy's TikTok live.
Yeah.
And literally all they talk about is humans are monkeys. And then people come on and they're like, humans aren't monkeys. And then they try to teach them. And if people are still like, humans aren't monkeys, then they're like, well, you deny evolution, so bye-bye. And then they kick them. And that's how that goes. And so Sean here has heard a lot of pushback. And I'm really curious because I pop in from time to time just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Nobody knows me, though. Secret.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm going to dox Sean because Sean doesn't put his real name out there. I do. Because that's my name.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I see some of the arguments, but not all of them. So I'm curious if you could share.
More often than not, the arguments are monkey is a paraphyletic group, meaning that it's ancestors, certain descendants, but not others. So it's just arbitrarily excluding apes from the group of monkey because monkeys are different. It's not a scientific way to categorize things. I think the only other common objection is I don't like the sound of being a monkey, so I can't be. I think the most.
Is it because they think that monkeys aren't as intelligent as humans, therefore they don't want to be like a monkey?
So, it really boils down to the exact same kind of objections that people had to being called apes, not even 100 years ago.
People were called apes?
Yes. So it's been used as a pejorative to be a monkey or an ape, depending on the time period. It's like being called an animal. Like,
but humans are an animal.
Right, but we use it as a pejorative, like, you filthy animal. As, like, lots of people will come on and they'll either ask, like, probing questions about, like, oh, is it everyone that's a monkey? Because there have been historical instances where certain demographics of people were pejoratively called monkeys. Yeah, we don't fucking tolerate that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So when and why did it move from humans or apes to humans or monkeys? Does this not look like it has a multichrome in there? Like, it looks pink, green, blue.
Maybe, yeah.
See, I'm not crazy. Pink, green, blue. It looks very green on the eyes. That's why I'm like, am I just crazy?
So it probably moved from apes but not monkeys, basically because of a expansion of education. Almost everybody who accepts evolution accepts that we're primates.
For sure.
Oh yeah, is almost everyone who accepts evolution accepts that we're apes. But that middle portion of monkey is almost deliberately skipped over because it's contentious. Not that anyone who actually works in paleoanthropology or anthropology or like is an evolutionary biologist doesn't know this. It's background information for them. Because the refrain is, we humans aren't monkeys. We share a common ancestor. But that's a nothing sandwich of a statement. Like, all life shares a common ancestor. That's what evolution is. So saying common ancestor doesn't actually tell you anything. It doesn't tell you anything you didn't already know. And that's what's useful about cladistics, is that it can tell you things that you didn't already know when you put things into cladistic categories.
I want to see if this one's monochrome too.
Maybe.
Because this one's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some other common things. Common ancestor comes up a lot.
Mm-hmm. Common ancestor, apes, not monkeys. Then you'll get
mammals.
Yep. So, in order to establish the line of reasoning for people, we'll ask if they accept that we're a mammal. Because one of their objections to us being a monkey is that we're smarter, or we have better tools, or we're bigger, or we don't have tails. And we constantly have to point out that tails don't matter. Like, not all monkeys that are not apes have tails. And if some population of monkey were to evolve not having a tail, they wouldn't stop being a monkey. So fucking tails don't matter. And our tool use does not matter. Prior to humans having houses and cell phones, we were still human. Like, these are not cladistic like categories, is having an iPhone.
Shit.
That's a little strong.
Dede Signature. Your palettes are very pigmented. I seem to have forgotten that. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Just gotta match it on the other side?
Yeah, but then blend it out.
So we'll ask, do you accept that we're a mammal? Most people will say yes, even though the basal stereotypical mammal does not use tools, doesn't even have hands, is covered in hair. All the same objections that they have to being a monkey are just as relevant to objecting to being a mammal. But everyone recognizes that we're mammals. So, if you accept that we're a mammal, well, we must be some specific kind of mammal.
Any thought on how to lighten this up? Because she's pigmented. She does not want to be lightened up. Ruh-roh. It's okay. I'm going to do the rest of my face, and then it's going to, look good.
Yeah.
For sure. And if not, then you know what? Pastel grunge is the trend for the season anyway.
What you could try to do is go in behind it with, that really light, teal green.
He's talking about Brisk from Pastels. I actually remember to grab a mirror. The amount of times I come out here and I try to use a palette like this that doesn't have a mirror, and I don't have another palette that has a mirror, is every single time but this one. I remembered.
Yeah, and then you just go through particular characteristics to either, because most people understand species definitions by morphology. So if you just go through the physical characteristics of each taxonomic category until you get to monkeys, some people will understand, oh, that makes perfect sense. Of course we're monkeys. And they'll have walked away having learned something. But some people don't want to hear it no matter what.
What was the most unhinged argument you've heard so far?
I mean, besides the creationists?
I mean, they count. God, produced monkeys and God produced humans and Adam and Eve and shit.
Yeah, as humans were created 6,000 years ago in their present form, and we're not animals or even a part of the tree of life, because the tree of life isn't a thing.
Here's a question for you, Sean.
Shoot.
How can you be truly religious and believe in evolution at the same time?
Oh, well, so there's a concept in religion called non-overlapping magisteria. So the people who...
Did that make it better or worse?
I'd say it lightened it up.
I'm going smoky today, you guys, my D&D friends. It's all about Dungeons and Dragons, you know?
Yeah. That's fine. So for
should
people...
Should I do eyeliner today, or should I just leave it like this?
I'd go with eyeliner.
God.
Since your lower lash line is really dark, you might as well.
Yeah.
So for people... So, for example, Catholics. Catholic Church endorses evolutionary theory.
Is it?
Yeah. Just ask the Pope. He accepts evolution.
But they believe in blood and bodies and shit and cannibalism.
Yeah, well, that's a totally separate issue.
I was raised Catholic. I just gotta put that out there. I'm no longer Catholic, but I was raised Catholic, so...
Yeah. So the Catholic Church endorses evolution as a coherent scientific model of the world. They don't view Genesis literally, so it's not a direct challenge to how they interpret their faith, as they think that science tells you what the world is, religion will tell you how to navigate through it. Just totally totally different questions are being asked, according to them. I don't particularly find that line of reasoning compelling, but I'm not religious. So.
You know what's interesting, though, is people that accept evolution are largely liberals. But people that are very religious are usually conservative. So it's interesting that there's that much of an overlap.
Not quite. So that's a pretty American view of the issue. Most people who accept evolution are also religious. And the number amongst people who don't accept evolution, they're a minority, even amongst the religious. So, yeah, there's plenty of denominations accept evolution and our status as monkeys and still believe in God. It's stupid.
I have a hard time understanding how, because people have many different identities to them. And I know we've talked about, like, my family, for example. Like, they believe that they are liberal, but they also are Catholic. And I just don't understand, because these are two very different identities with different rules, I feel.
Yeah.
And the same is true with, like, evolution and religion and, like, evolution and political party. I mean, it's just hard to see how these things are all very important to people in terms of, like, their identity and, like, who they are as people. But I don't see how it plays together. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. So I wouldn't say that your family is liberal. I would say that they're Democrats, but they're not liberal. And if we were still talking to them, they would probably be on board with that distinction.
I don't think so. Because when they, like, talked to me about, they accused me of being a Republican. They accused me of being a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper at all, actually. We do not do Trump in this house. But they called themselves liberal Democrats, is the long and short of it. Like, liberal Democrats. So I don't think that they would be okay with that distinction, actually.
Okay. You might be right. You probably know them a little bit better than I do, but... I don't know what to tell you. Your family is a terrible example because they will gaslight everything.
I'm not using, like, it doesn't have to be, like, them specifically. It's just, like, they're the closest example I can think of. So,
Yeah.
like, these are very distinct identities that people hold. And I don't understand how they, like, play together when the rules are just so different.
So, a lot of people compartmentalize. So, like, here's a great example. People who are very religious, they come in and they do their jobs, and they can be a young earth creationist. And, like,
Remind me what young earth, like, when that starts.
So, young earth creationists think that the world is 6,000 years old, thereabouts.
Okay, I don't understand this because we're in 2025.
Yep.
So why is the world not 25 years old? Because BC, isn't that, like, all religious, like, before, like, Jesus?
Yeah.
So how is the world bigger than 2025 years old?
Okay. So in around the year 500, thereabouts, a priest declared that it was the year, that 500 years prior was the year 0.
And why did we just, like, go with that?
Because
we all obviously, like, pressed X to doubt on that. Like, obviously people were like, oh yeah, the world's actually, like, a few thousand more years than that. No?
No. As the Catholic Church at the time had a lot of soft power, so they were able to just declare that that was the calendar.
And when people figured it out, presumably because of science, why did nobody, like, fight to change that?
I mean, it's not there. It's not useful to say that it's the year like 4.6 billion. Yeah, because the Earth is 4.6 billion years old.
I thought you just said it was like 4,000.
According to young Earth creationists.
Oh. Okay, so why do they think that?
Because if you add up all of the begots in the Old Testament between Adam and Jesus, then you get somewhere around 6,000 years. Because it gives a genealogy between Adam and Abraham. And then there's some other fucking genealogies in the Bible that from Abraham to Jesus. You can add up the years that the Bible says, and it's like 6,000 something years old.
I have these baby hairs that keep getting in my eyelashes as I'm... So Sean was arguing with some vegans at one point, and they told him that eating meat was the exact same as like eating like a child. Do you remember that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. He should be arrested for cannibalism because like pigs and cows are the exact same as human beings.
Precisely.
What are some other like funny isms?
I was told that belief isn't a right that people have yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You don't have the right to believe whatever you want for whatever reasons you want.
That whole... So Sean doesn't believe there's such a thing as free will.
Nope.
I just feel like this is important, like, background information.
Oh, okay.
But it's your story, so take it however you want.
Yeah. So if you believe something, it's a compulsion. You can't just decide to believe otherwise. A lot of people view, or they won't, a lot of people don't say that that's how they treat theistic belief, but that is how they practically use it. It's an act of will. It's a decision that they make.
Using a new primer today. So I got this in July's like add-ons with my BoxyCharm. We're in August now, and this came in yesterday. So it took like 6 weeks for this to get here, but it's finally here, and I'm excited to try it. So not like I need another primer. It's gonna get foamy and it's cool.
Yeah.
So that's cheap. I think I got it for like $15. And then the day after I purchased it for $15, they raised the price, and then it's gone back on sale, but it's never been that low again. It's been like $15 or $18. So
Nice.
but that. I probably should read how to use this.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the full size?
I don't know.
Yeah, 0.91 fluid ounces.
There you go.
A weightless, it's the Cloud Glow Primer. A weightless cloud-like foam made with, I don't give a fuck about that. oh wait, that one, okay, I do give, hold on. A weightless cloud-like, stop. Foam made with turmeric extract for a hydrated, smooth, glowing, stop, glowy base before makeup application. Well, shit, they didn't say, like, how many pumps to use or anything. I didn't give a fuck about that. Okay. This is on the shelf, like... Turmeric is that shit you put on chicken, though, isn't it?
Turmeric? Yeah, it's a seasoning.
That's in my primer.
Apparently.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Onward.
Onward and upward.
Look at my friends.
Yes?
What do you think is causing all my friends?
I don't know. I mean, were you washing your face for the last couple days?
Yeah, I've been dying for the last couple days. But.
There you go.
Anyway, I'm going to introduce another topic that I think would be cool, unless you have...
I mean, I never really got through
okay.
other topic.
Yeah, you're right.
But
You're right.
if you guys want it, if you want me to change topics, I'm fine with it.
Oh, this is cool. It smells like ass.
Probably smells like turmeric.
Is that placebo? Because I know that's in there now, and I'm just thinking about chicken. I hate the smell of birds. Like, one Thanksgiving, I had a mental breakdown because Sean brought home a turkey. And so I made him give it away. I hate the smell of bird. And so, like, I don't know, now that I know this has the bird seasoning on it, I'm like...
Turmeric's not just for poultry, baby.
This smells like... I do not like the way this smells.
It's earthy.
But it's cool. It's a cool product. It's really neat. I, like, feel it bubbling on my face still, so I just blended it with my brush. This is your... Go. This is your thing. It's your time to shine.
Oh, yeah? Are you
I feel
sure
my skin bubbling. Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah. Yeah. You wanted me to talk about the
No,
conversation I had yesterday?
No, I don't remember. I want you to talk about whatever you were talking about before I, like, dipped real quick.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of people will act like belief is a act of will, like they can just decide, but that's not how it works. Like you can't think that this is white.
Well, you could, right? If, like, that's what you were always taught.
Yeah, you could be wrong, but you can't know that it's called black and think that it's white. Like, what if I told you that the sky is purple?
But what if there's, like, a place out there where that's called purple?
Sure, but that's not what you call it.
Yeah, but, like, if we met them, would we be wrong, or would they be wrong, or would we all be right? Because it can't simultaneously be purple and black.
Well, that's just a convention of language. It's referring to the same concept with a different label. Language is a social construct, so it's dependent on shared definitions.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, you can't think that this... Okay, here's another example. This is Jones Road, right? Mm-hmm. What if I told you it was Anastasia?
No. It's wrong.
Can you believe that it's Anastasia?
No.
No, you're compelled to know that it's Jones Road.
Right.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You can't just will yourself to be wrong.
Okay.
So I'm not a fan of religions, but I fully support people's right to be wrong. You can believe whatever you want for whatever reasons you want. If you think it's a compelling, good reason to believe something, then you should be allowed to believe it. I don't care how stupid it is. But this really only applies when belief is at your own risk. If you want to believe that shrimp are the devil and you're not allowed to eat them, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you want to convince other people that eating shrimp is the devil and nobody should be allowed to shrimp ever, well, then you're going to have to come up with a good fucking reason for that to be the case.
Like why it impacts, like, the greater society?
Yeah. Like, you need, like, an actual reason. If you want to tell me that I have $1 million buried in my backyard, well, you can believe that you have $1 million buried in your backyard for whatever reasons you want. But if you want me to dig up my backyard, going looking for $1 million, you better have some good reason to think that it's there. And that really just goes into, like, what good reasons and good epistemology is. Normally, I don't get a lot of pushback at you can believe whatever you want for whatever reason you want. But yesterday, I got some hard pushback on that because they told me that no, as a matter of fact, you don't have rights. Because these people think that God can make them believe whatever God wants them to believe.
What was the example that got you guys there? I forget. What was the conversation?
Oh, I was talking about Pentecostals
That was it.
handling snakes. Just as an example of people not being able to... they can proclaim that they believe as much as they want, but their actions betray that they don't believe it.
So Sean, as a non-religious person, knows more about religion in the Bible and every religion, not just one, but every religion than anybody I've ever met that identifies as religious. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, so these people had never heard of Pentecostals. It took some other random person who was religious who had heard of a church handling snakes for them to even acknowledge that I was talking about something that was real. Because there's one verse in the Bible that says the followers of Jesus can carry venomous serpents and be unharmed. So part of their faith is that they'll pick up rattlesnakes and handle them during their church services. I think that's dumb as bricks. And they know that that's the case because these people don't pick up snakes that there is no anti-venom for. They don't pick up snakes that haven't been milked. These are snakes that are kept in captivity. They're not walking around picking up random snakes, and they're not taking in particularly aggressive species either. Every single bit, and when they do get bitten, they don't walk it off and say, oh, it'll be fine. No. And they go immediately to the hospital and get antivenom. That betrays someone who knows that if they get bitten by a venomous snake, they are in deep trouble. It does not matter what they pretend to know. They know that they are in trouble. So that's what I'm talking about when I say that faith is pretending to know things that you don't know. These people pretend to know that they will be fine if they're bitten by a snake, but they do know that they will not be. And so faith is used as a shield to that lie, because everyone in that room knows that they will not be okay if they're bitten by a snake, but they will continue to lie and say that they will be, because it supports their faith. And that was the point that I was trying to make yesterday. But man, you're really going to be getting a lot of comments on my positions here.
I'm really curious.
Yeah. Lots of people are going to have a lot of objections for that position right there.
I mean, I don't know if I have an opinion about it. I just think it's interesting to hear what your opinion is.
Well, a lot of people claim that I'm misrepresenting what faith is. But I don't think that I am, because damn near everyone who has ever talked about what faith is, including the Bible, defines it in a way where it is belief that is unwarranted. Like,
Yeah.
really, really, really wanting something to be true is as good as knowing it to be true. That's what faith is. Wishing it were so makes it so.
So my makeup look of the day. I actually really like the way it came out. Sean picked the colors you guys saw. I have something in my eyeball right here, but lower lash line turned out a little bit bold. But you know what? My wings actually turned out pretty good today.
Yeah.
I must say, I'm using my Kofi mascara, and I'm feeling it drying out a little bit, which is a bummer because I've been focusing on the Rabanne one. It's the little sample that I pulled on my sample products I'm working for right now. And I've been exclusively exclusively focusing on that for like 3 weeks at this point, and just neglecting my Kofi one, and it's getting dry.
Yeah.
I learned this lesson like over and over and over again, and I'm still doing the same bullshit. But it was fun. I like to epistemologize. How do I say that word? Epistemologize. I like to Is that not right?
I mean, I would just say doing epistemology.
I like to do epistemology with Sean because he holds some very strong viewpoints on stuff that I just don't give a fuck about. So it's fun to figure out why he thinks what he thinks. And I always think he's totally batshit until I go on like his friends live and I listen to them like, I'm like, oh my god, you're all either batshit or you're all onto something. And I guess it's possible that you're all just crazy, but
yeah,
I just think it's cool. So
we can't
not
all be
trying
wrong.
to preach any sort of belief or anything. I think it's interesting. But this is the look of the day. Woo. I like it. I thank you for coming and hanging out.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you want to do our outro?
Like, share, subscribe. Tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. I don't know, what else is there?
How do I usually end these videos?
I don't know. Do you just ramble on for a little while and then say, you know what, we're done?
I'm like out of the like group because this is Sean's video, so I'm like, how do we end this? Please feel empowered and encouraged to engage down in the doobly-doo. I don't remember how I end these videos. Down the doobly-doo and tell Sean why he's wrong.
Yeah.
I like to talk about makeup. All things makeup, new makeup, old makeup, makeup releases. That ice cream beauty box from this month, though.
Yeah.
We'll catch you guys soon. Bye.